Ladies and gentlemen, fantasy football playoffs are right around the corner, and Jack and it's time for us to eat some turkey next week. Welcome back, episode 5, season 3 of the Hey Guys Fantasy Football Talk Show. You have JJ and the commish. Jack, you could tell it's November, and not just because Thanksgiving is right around the corner. We have some visual indicators on the screen here, and I mean, you and I are looking good, man. I don't know what they're gonna do about us.
Dude, I'm loving this alter ego we got going on right now. It is fun. It's Movember. We are just out here supporting men's prostate health. What can we say?
I've always been saying that. This channel has always been saying that, and yeah, the defense is going to be discombobulated. Let's just say
Oh
that. They don't
yeah,
know what's
you
going to
got
hit them.
that right.
It's been a while, so it's really nice to be back on the pod with you. Let's dive right into it. We've had, I think, 3 weeks since our last episode, so we got a
Yeah,
lot to catch up on in the
we
standings.
sure
But
do.
first off, week 11, um, Jack, I've been on peaks and valleys for you get what you gives, but this week, unfortunately, went down to the top team in the league. Lewisburg Townies are still on a roll, moved to 8-3. Jonathan Taylor was on by, and I thought, man, this is the time to, you know, take take a win off of him. If there was gonna be a week for Perone to go down, it was gonna be this one. But unfortunately, he had his other guys pull through, and just not what I needed.
Yeah, sorry man. Beating Perone's not for everybody, but this team is loaded. George Pickens, what a draft pick that was. Even with CD Lamb back, the Dallas offense is flying. The team may not be great, but boy, do they support fantasy numbers. You got some positive signs here, though. You finally got a breakout game from Tetaroa McMillan, 33 points, including two touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs was the lone bright spot in the Detroit offense on, what was that, Sunday night, Monday night? And Travis Etienne with a couple tutties as well. So some things to build on. This league, as we'll see as we go through these games, everyone is very average. So definitely some things to build on here, Huddy.
I appreciate that. It was a down week for a lot of my receivers in particular. Guys like Igbuka, McConkey, and Devontae Smith, all just a little bit of a disappointment. So, I think I'll get them next week, but, you can only do so much. Moving down to our next matchup here, two middling teams. Um, Ollie, his top three performers being wide receivers, he needs some help in some other positions, and looks like he's not getting it. Scott moves to 6-5, and another really nice like 25 point plus game from Trey McBride. He's as a tight end that he's returning value from based on where he was drafted.
Yeah, 100%. He's got to be in consideration for one of the best value picks this year. The difference between him and tight end two, which is Jake Ferguson, is bigger than the difference between Ferguson and Kyle Pitts, who's like tight end 20. It just shows you having McBride such an advantage, like, 10-point advantage at the tight end spot immediately. This guy's nuts. Jacoby Brissett completing 47 passes in a game. Like, I don't know what's crazier, that or the fact that he did that and they still lost by 20. Like, it was
Crazy.
such an interesting box score to look at.
Yeah, that's for sure. They're great at losing games, but as long as they're putting up fantasy numbers. Michael Wilson too, waiver wire target of the week here in the
Yeah, dude, I
Cat 5
drafted
fantasy.
him. I freaking drafted him and dropped him like 2 weeks in or something.
Dude, he's on my
Finally broke
dynasty
out.
team. I've known this the whole time. I've been locked in the whole time.
Attaboy.
I always knew it. But
Moving
yeah,
on here, though. Josh Allen. Finally doing what Josh Allen does. It's been a relatively quiet year from the quarterback position. And what do you have? Account for 6 touchdowns in this game, 43 points. Yeah, you're not going to lose many games when you have your quarterback putting up 43.
yeah, Evan was the team that drafted 4 quarterbacks, and we were really concerned for him. But at least one of them was the right one, which is again, I believe, like one of the best, if not the best, fantasy football quarterbacks in the game. That game was really fun to watch. Bucks Bills, at least in like the first 3 quarters, just kind of like back and forth, some high-powered offense that we were expecting. So I feel like when the score up runs up high, Josh always takes advantage, and Bijan with like a very routine 30-point game. So Gander's roster is pretty fragile, I'll say. Like, but he's got his stars. He's got his guys. So no, good
He
on him moving
does.
to 7-4. And yeah, Mueller going down to 5-6, but he does get Kittle back, and I think he'll actually do very well for the back half here.
Agreed. Yeah. And shout out to Gander having a very solid sophomore season in the Chi-Fi Fantasy Football League.
I'm still your number one hater, bro. Don't forget. All right, moving on to the next matchups here. Our boy Nate just decimating. Oh, Jack, Jesus, man. I don't know what happened over at Breeze Nuts. You guys took a week off. You don't get bye weeks in fantasy football, man. 82 points. Talk me through what happened.
Dude, I don't even talk about this one. This game pissed me off so much. First of all, why is Kenny Gainwell scoring 30 points? Like, like why, dude? He had two receiving touchdowns and like seven in the air. Like he put up a genuine wide receiver one type of game, and that was just like the first domino to fall. My team going into this week was projected 140 points, scored 80. That's like got to be the big differential between opening week projections and what you finish with like all season. It was just an ugly game. HN and London did all they can, but uh, both of them went down at the end of their games. London is going to miss this week. HN is on a bye, so my team is in absolute shambles this week. Um, yeah, people just suck. DJ Moore, what an awful pick that was. He had, I think, 2 points, which was two more than he had last week, which was zero. Um, and yeah, it's just yeah, Hawkinson terrible. Woody Marks was terrible. Kamani Vidal was terrible.
Yeah.
Um, this week is going to be a little reset, probably drop to 6-6, and then the boys are really going to have to lock in for the playoff push. Hopefully, getting Trey Benson back in this week or next, which would be nice. Should have traded him to you long ago, but hopefully they can, you know, grab onto some magic and I can talk some sense into them in the locker room. But yeah, this one was ugly.
Yeah, listen, Benson is projected points this week. I think he's looking to get back in the lineup week 12. And it's the perfect time because, like you said, not only does Drake London have a PCL tear, and I think he's already going to be out for this Sunday, but Michael Penix, partial ACL tear, out for the season. Listen, you know better than anyone. Kirko could come in and I know that's what you want. I know that's what you've been waiting to save your season. You never know. He could throw around the pigskin and, give London 200 yards a game.
He could. Will he? Probably not.
Probably not. He's probably washed. No, it's gonna be close for you for the playoffs. I think it'll be an entertaining watch, but yeah, Kenneth Gainwell has no business putting up 30 fantasy points. I don't think that'll ever
No.
happen again.
And neither does Sean Tucker. Like
Sean
who
Tucker legacy game.
did
We
I
talked about
roll
this.
the footage back on like our second or third episode of the season? I'll take him.
I'll help you out. I'll help you out.
I'll take him for Brashard Smith. Just kidding.
Bruh, you got Sean Tucker too, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because I was literally texting Tyler about how sad I was that Trey Benson got hurt and he swept Michael Carter from under me. So I added this guy as soon as I read that Bucky Irving's hurt.
Bruh. Point two 2 yards in the year.
Yep. You will remember last year though, Nabil had a week where he had to start Sean Tucker and he had like 25 points. And he like caught two touchdowns or some crazy
Oh wait.
shit. Like click on him and look at his last year game log. And if Rashad White goes down with an injury, he's
Oh my
RB1.
God. Yeah, 14
Yeah,
catches,
see?
136 yards. That's crazy.
Right? Out of nowhere.
Bro, he didn't top 50 for the rest of the season. That's insane. I love those games where it's just like, dude, the most random dudes just just pulling out like
Where
crazy
were
stat
you
lines.
the day that Sean Tucker dropped 30 fantasy points?
Where were you? That's awesome.
When I told you every year Sean Tucker is good for one random 30 burger in fantasy football. And here it was. Here it was. He had
We
fucking
called it,
three
bro.
touchdowns. This guy is nuts for exactly one game per year. And I think Bucky Irving's back next week, so it will be one game. Uh, but still not enough to get the job done. Bridge, a big impressive win. Travion Henderson has seen the benefits of Ramondre Stevenson's injury, and a hat trick of touchdowns leads to 32 points and a 30-point win for Bridge.
It is impressive to see. Jack, the best thing that has happened as a Patriots fan this season, even better than going 9-2, is Ramondre Stevenson getting hurt because I don't know for what reason we waited so long to show this guy off, but Henderson finally got the keys and there's no turning back. This guy is a stud. He's going to keep producing. And although it may be too late for Bridge to make the playoffs, which is very unfortunate, his team is going to be scary for the next 3 weeks of the regular season because not only do you have Henderson, RJ Harvey looks like he's going to be the main guy in Denver with J.K. Dobbins heading to IR. So you finally are getting the production from your running backs you only waited 11 weeks for. Was it worth it? No, not even close. But
No, but it puts him in a great spot to play spoiler for everybody else going forward.
if he like eliminates people from playoffs, that would be the best. That
He's
like
gonna, and it's gonna be so funny.
I can't wait to watch that. Um, yeah, so good on Brendan. He's got some guys going for him now, which is exciting. And moving on to our next matchup, a close one here. Our boy James taking on the Squirtle Squad. Squirtle Squad has been struggling a little bit. They've had some injuries. Singletary of all people is probably not going to be the guy to save you. Jack and I were talking, off camera here. Almost traded for Jamonte Williams this week, and glad I didn't because underwhelming performance by him. And I forget who Tyler's main quarterback is, but I know it's not Jacoby Brissett.
Jaden Daniels supposed to be.
Yep, that's why. That's why he's been
Yeah.
struggling.
Yeah, Tyler's had some bad luck with injuries this year. JD, Malik Neighbors both going down. And yeah, you see he's got Singletary and Jacoby Brissett in the starting lineup, who both have very good games. But when those are your two best players on a given week, usually that's not a great sign.
No, it's not. And side note on this matchup, shout out Stephon Diggs. Him and Cardi B had that kid. He's
Congratulations to them both, the happy couple.
a stable household, if you will.
Yes,
Yeah,
welcoming a baby boy into the world.
that little thing bundled up in a Patriots blanket. Just a lot of good things for that kid to look forward to. We'll
Oh
say
yeah.
that.
How does it feel, Howdy, being a Patriots fan and having Cardi B as one of the team wags?
Dude, we're living it. Yeah, move over Taylor Swift. We got Stephon Diggs and Cardi B now. It's the new wave. There was a video of Cardi B like yelling at her TV when Diggs scored a touchdown in like week 11. It was the funniest thing I've ever. It was awesome.
So
Um,
random.
yeah, everyone needs their fangirl and we have ours. So the Patriots are fun again. That's what I'll say. We're having
Yeah,
fun.
dude, you guys are flying. 9-2. Who would have thought? It's been absolute scenes in New England this year.
Oh, it has been. Speaking of scenes, it might be our highest points for the week. I'm not sure, but let's go Dorf. Moving to 7-4. Michael Wilson legacy game, as we were also talking about,
Unreal.
comes out of nowhere. And like, yeah, they were trailing the whole game, down a bunch of points. You just got to start chucking the ball. And I think Marvin Harrison Jr. was out, so screw it. Where's Michael Wilson? 180 something receiving yards, and think he's like a third year player. Like, why not? The fact that Dorf even had him in the lineup is a miracle to begin with.
Yeah. No reason to have this guy playing on your roster, but I guess now is the time. I mean, how often do you see a guy score 30 plus fantasy points without a touchdown? Imagine he had two touchdowns in this game, he'd have had 50. Just absolute insane performance. The Cardinals offense was a sight to be seen this Sunday for sure.
Absolutely. Doesn't convert to wins, but still entertaining to
No.
watch.
Shout out Michael Wilson and shout out his lovely wife, Sophia Wilson, Olympic soccer star, an absolute dime.
Wow. Didn't know.
Yeah,
Um,
he had himself a week. Let's say that.
good for this cat. I love it. All right. That does it for the scoreboard. Let's move on to the standings. Jack, I'm putting the points for up here, and I don't want to hear any complaining because I will hear it from everyone on the internet and in our own league. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to say it. I have the second highest scored points in the league. I shouldn't be 5 and 6, but let's let bygones be bygones. It's still a close race. Our best and worst teams only separate themselves by 6 games, and especially in
Yeah,
the East, I think it's wide open for anyone to take the playoff spots here.
yeah, definitely. You see a lot of 6 and 5, a lot of 5 and 6. Realistically, we could see like 8 teams be 6 and 6 after this week, which is insane.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, other than those two at the bottom, we see who are very, very low in points scored. This league is still anyone's for the taking. And you guys think that Perone is the favorite going into the playoffs, but outside of that, this is really a coin flip.
Absolutely. The next 3 weeks are going to be entertaining for sure. And you're right. Like, what do we have? Like 5 teams? Yeah, 8 teams that are 6 and 5 or 5 and 6. So, it's gonna be really close. But I am getting nervous. I
Yeah.
like, I'm putting up numbers, but at some point I need to start winning games, and the
Yeah,
time is running out for that.
you need to lock in and play some defense.
Yeah, I'll talk to the defense. I don't know what's going on with those guys.
Yeah, you might need to fire your DC in the offseason.
Dude, I gotta fire him now. So, where's Vic Fangio when you need him? But yeah, and the fact that no one has clutched yet. I don't believe Perone is clinched, but
He has not. It is unbelievable. No one's eliminated. No one has clinched 11 weeks in, which is very rare.
it certainly is. So anyone's ball game. But we will keep you all updated. Let's move on, Jack. Our time is valuable. I'll say that. JJ and the commish, we got a lot going on, so we can't be looking at all these teams every week. We're gonna make it simple. Welcome to the NFL rankings. We're gonna do top 10 here. We're gonna work through it, talk about what we like and what we don't like, and keep it at that. So looking at the left-hand side, got to go with Rams at number one. Had a nice win against the Seattle Seahawks in week 11. They're going to go to my number one spot. That Stafford offense is looking so nice. They're looking like they were back in 2021 when they, won the chip.
Yeah.
Um, just like that is their identity. They will throw the ball 100 times a game if needed. They are really fun to watch. I'm really looking forward to watching them.
Yeah, they're a good team. They look like they did when they won the Super Bowl. I remember watching that one in the lodge with all you boys. What a time
Classic.
that was. But yeah, they're scary. The fact that they beat Seattle handedly, who's been a very good team, as you can see, they're on this list here. Yeah, it's a very impressive win. Their defense is good, their offense is good, and they have the number 8 pick in this draft. If the season ended right now, they own Atlanta's pick, and Atlanta sucks and has Kirk Cousins coming in, so it could get better. Um, yeah, their GM deserves a round of applause.
I was not aware of that. That is
Yeah.
gonna make him even more scary over the next couple
hmm
of years. Moving down to the second spot, Colts, on the bye week, but still they're chilling and they're going up against Kansas City Chiefs this week, which is gonna be a great game.
Oh yeah.
Um, Seattle Seahawks could have moved them a little lower, but I thought they had a pretty close game against the Rams. I think if you can like mess with Darnold's, that might be the key to success with this team. If you can kind of frazzle them a little bit, but regardless, I still think they're one of the top dogs. Number four, we got Philadelphia Eagles with a nice win over the Lions. You know, you don't need your offense to be stellar every game if your defense is all-star squad. It works. So they're making it happen. And then rounding out the top five, Detroit Lions could have moved them a little lower as well, but I don't know. Their offense didn't look great against the Eagles, but I still think they'll turn it around. I've faith in those boys.
Yeah, I think they're a legit team for sure. I agree with that spot for them. But man, oh man, Eagles Lions were like, oh, this is gonna be awesome football. These two fun teams, star players. Dude,
Yeah.
it was like watching paint dry. What is with the Eagles, man? They are allergic to playing a fun game of football. Like their team is so loaded. The defense is unbelievable. But my God, can they do something? It's
Yeah.
so boring. Oh my God, it makes me sick.
Well, it's funny watching that first drive because you can tell you can tell when AJ Brown has been complaining based on how many targets he gets the next game. And you
Yeah.
saw that first drive, and Jalen was like, all right, I need to get this to AJ Brown,
Mhm.
which took away from Devontae Smith, which is what I was hoping would not happen this season because he got me a nice one reception for 6 yards.
Nice.
So they got to figure out how to balance out there. Anyway, I could complain forever. You're right. They know how to win. It isn't necessarily a fun way to win, but they get it done. And
It's a
so
way.
moving on to our next five here. New England Patriots, they're gonna stay steady at six. They had a nice convincing win on Thursday night against the New York Jets. If only our team could get off to a hot start. Our defense has given up a touchdown on the opening drive more times than I'd like to admit this season. And when it went up 7-0 Jets, I put a live bet on the Pats because I'm like, all right, I know what's going to happen here. And believe it or not, it worked out. But
Let's go.
other than that, we look great. Henderson with three tutties. We're rolling. We have a Jamar Chase-less Bengals this Sunday. Thank you for spitting on Jalen Ramsey. It makes our life much easier.
Dude, don't worry. Christian Gonzalez had that in the box anyways. That kid is so good. Drake May's the MVP favorite. Hudson, it really makes me sick because the Patriots were good for 20 years, like the best team in football for literally 20 years. You took 2 years of being shit, and
Yep.
immediately you're back to one of the best teams in the NFL. And you privileged Bostonians don't know pain. Um, and as a New York sports fan, mostly, I guess it's really only one team I care about in New York. But boy, the misery that New York teams endure, oh my God, it makes me sick.
I'll let you know on a secret, Jack. Like the more that New York fans suffer, it's just like it fuels our fire. It makes me so happy to hear that. Sorry to say. Listen, we had about 4 years of mediocre to bad football. So I know we had 20 years, but I think we paid our dues. I think we're good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the Vikings have only played, what, 75 years of mediocre football and have zero rings? Whatever, man.
Hey, one day, bro, you'll
Enjoy
find it.
Drake May. But dude, I will say that have you seen his wife's TikTok?
Oh my, the
It's
cooking
so
videos.
funny, all the comments.
Drake is gonna love this.
Make sure you cook Drake something nice before the game on Sunday.
It is
Oh, dude, it makes I really like
so
this
fun.
kid. Like the memes and everything, like oh my God, like the Drake May lover account being the biggest thing ever. Like I didn't like the Patriots when Brady was there because he was a douche.
Yeah.
I'm liking these Patriots.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're the fun Pats. Like fuck,
Yeah,
even Vrabel's a funny guy. Like
they're pretty likable, I won't lie.
I'm so happy to hear you say that. The Drake, he's commenting on every single post of Drake May, and then the Drake at Drake May is it's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's
Oh, it's so good.
like the Pats are taking over the internet again. I'm here for it.
Yeah, you're the meme team and you're 9-2 and you have a fucking dirt schedule the rest of the way. Like you're gonna win 14 games this year.
It's I don't know how this is happening. I listen. Don't put the cart before the horse. We'll see, but. No, looking real good. Moving down, Buffalo Bills with a nice statement win, putting up 44 points against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home. Allen was it six tutties in total?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was due for a game like that. It was nice to see him produce. Bills look legit. They'll maybe with the Chiefs out of the playoff picture, they could finally make a push in the AFC this year.
Could be.
The Chiefs are in a legitimate spot to miss out on the playoffs, and if that happens,
Mm,
it might be the Bills' ticket. I don't know.
about it.
Down to our eighth spot here, Denver Broncos. Looks good. Bo Nix took care of the ball against the Kansas City Chiefs. They got it done. Our bet did not hit, but that's okay. Um, no, we were kind of saying like I don't know if they're as good as a 9-2 record, but they're legit. I think I'm comfortable with them at 8, followed by our Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 9. I think they'll get even better when, Evans will be back from IR and, hopefully you get some more options at receiver. And then San Fran still winning football games. So I don't know. I think I like the top 10 this week. Been a lot of movers in the bottom half, but what do you think here, Jack?
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I think it's definitely not the top 10 we expected, but it's deserved at this point in the season. Um, I am very excited for the AFC playoffs because I think there's a real possibility that the first round we see the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Ravens all on the road in the first round,
Ooh,
which is
yeah,
going to be absolutely crazy. And I feel like all three of them might be favored in those games, whoever they play. The AFC is completely upside down right now. Seeing Kansas City not even in the playoffs is just insane. They should probably just trade Mahomes to the Vikings, I think. So that would
true,
be pretty
true.
pretty cool. Give him JJ, give him every pick you have for like 5 to 10 years. I don't care. Do it.
He's 30
I would
now,
do it.
bro.
Dude, I
Good
don't
for
care.
us.
I would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Vikings are a quarterback away from being a really good team. Like too bad the kid really sucks, man.
McCarthy's
Like,
not playing well?
dude, oh, it's ugly. And it's not even like his numbers are bad. Like he just like can't hit a throw. Like I
Damn.
would trust our Chi-Fi flag football QB David Fink over him at the moment. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bad, dude. But no, these teams look good. The rankings look good. Thanks for taking us through this new streamlined version.
Oh, happy to. Anytime. Let's move over to our other new segment. Just making some huge changes here. QB Spotlight. Jack, I don't even know what to expect here, so I'm seeing a lot of pictures. I'm seeing a lot of good-looking quarterbacks. Walk me through this one.
Yeah, so this week the theme of my QB spotlight is going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Okay.
Starting off with the good. Two couple good things here. We got Joe Burrow returning to practice this week. Flacco has held it down in Cincinnati this season. He's been very good. But I'm sure that Cincinnati fans and Joe Burrow fantasy owners are thrilled to see their guy coming back right in time for playoffs. I don't know if the Bengals are going to be in the playoffs, probably not. But fantasy teams that are going to be in the playoffs will have their QB back, which is a good sign to see. It's just good for football. And another good, Bryce Young, over 400 yards, bunch of touchdowns, in a very impressive overtime comeback win against the Falcons. They were down a bunch of points in this game. And he let him back. He looks like a leader on that team. They look fluid when he is in the game. I've been more impressed with him than CJ Stroud this season. And yeah, I'm hoping the Panthers can build on this. Also, funny stat before we debrief. I don't know if you follow Jay Kuda on Twitter. He's like this
No.
stats guy. He posts like funny random stats about all sports. The Panthers this season are 6-0 when they win the coin toss and 0-5 when they lose the coin toss.
That's crazy.
Pretty crazy,
That's so that like shouldn't matter.
right?
But I guess it does.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
do you think about these two, Huddy?
No, some great highlights here. All the fantasy football YouTube nerds that I follow on the internet are saying go get Joe Burrow, put him on your IR spot, put him on your bench. Like if you need a quarterback, he's could be that guy that could get you the points in the playoffs you need in like, week 16, week 17. Glad the Patriots are not gonna have to face him this Sunday. And yeah, Bryce, I mean, that was a crazy game. The reason I was trying to trade Tet is I was like, you know what, like I think he might have a low ceiling with Bryce as a quarterback, and then he gave Ted McMillan 130 yards and two touchdowns this week, so I was wrong about that. Yeah, we'll see. And the Panthers might be a wild card team.
Dude, they have more wins than the Chiefs. It's week 11 and they have more wins. Bryce Young has more wins than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right. I don't think I don't think that's real.
What what is the NFL right now, dude?
Okay, I like
Yeah.
it. So what's the next tier we got here?
Moving on, we got the bad. We got Sam Darnold looking like prime New York Jets pre Kevin O'Connell. Sam Darnold, he threw four interceptions this week. Um, and I think had four turnovers the week before as well. He has regressed quite a bit since he joined Breeze Nuts. We're not thrilled. We were really looking for him to step in for Justin Fields, who's also bad, and be the guy at QB to lead us the rest of the way. Potential bounce back this coming week against Tennessee, but yeah, he's sloppy. He is making bad decisions after bad decisions, which was why I wasn't upset when Minnesota let him walk because, he's very talented. He's got a great arm, but he's just kind of an idiot. Um, yeah, so that's one of the bads. And then the other is Michael Penis Jr. going down with another season-ending knee injury. He has played in 8 different seasons of football, including college and the pros, five of which have ended with season-ending injuries. Um, I'd say it's fair to be concerned, but this guy is completely made out of glass. Yeah, this is not good for Atlanta.
Not good at all. You had the controversy with him going into the pros as a 24, 25-year-old rookie quarterback, which is, already like just it takes some time for you to get used to it and get acclimated, and you're already, halfway to 30. That is a shame. Puts the beginning of his next season into question. And well, Jack, for me, this is good news. It's seeing Kirk Cousins, just seeing an old white quarterback just sling the ball, like, there's something about it. There's something special. I don't know.
I think that's the Boston in you talking. Uh,
Probably.
yeah, no, it's good to see Kirk get another chance. We all know what happened last year. He was dreadful, but we'll see if he can ignite a little fire under Atlanta's butt, and hopefully he can support Drake London down the stretch. I would like that very much, but Kirk is back. He is QB1. He will finish the season as QB1 in Atlanta. I hope for his sake he can find a little bit of his groove back. Maybe his Achilles has finally had time to recover, but it could be ugly. And what most likely will be ugly is the Cleveland Browns offense. Not that it hasn't been all season, but Shedeur Sanders is in. Dylan Gabriel out with a concussion. He will miss this week. And yeah, Shedeur did not have a good game. He went 4 for 15 with 47 yards and a pick or two.
Yep.
It was bad. It was ugly. I'm not going to fully put the blame on him because, and I saw in interviews afterwards, like the center for the Browns saying he's had like 2 reps with Shedeur in practice, like it doesn't
Right.
even know his cadence. So I'm going to put a lot of that on the coaching. But yeah, this could be a very ugly game between the Browns and the Raiders on Sunday.
Jack, you and I were looking at the line, and Vegas is giving it like 36.5 points right now, which is just disgusting. Just so bad. Yeah, listen, Shador, he was the fourth string back in the summer. So that kid, like, he has not had a lot of reps. And yeah, I can't put the blame on him having not expected to go in the game on Sunday. Like, he definitely probably wasn't fully prepared for it. Neither was the rest of the team, and going up against an elite Baltimore defense. So th this will be the test. Raiders, not the stingiest defense in the world, I'll tell you that. It'll be really interesting to see. Part of me kind of wants him to be really well, start slinging it. Part of me is expecting for him to shit the bed. So
Yeah,
it'll be an entertaining game. I know I'll see highlights from it one way or another on my feed, but yeah, it'll be ugly
yeah,
somehow.
it will be
So
very. Watch that game end up like 31-28 or something crazy.
just yeah, put up like 100 points.
Yeah,
Why not?
right.
Um,
Wouldn't be shocked, but yeah, that'll do it for this week's QB segment. Cutting it down, just looking at a few movers and few standouts for the week. The full list will be in the description below if you want to stay up to date with our QB tier list.
oh, of course, Jack. I think you hit all the highlights here. So yeah, great one. Love it. Will continue. Thank you for that. Let's move on here. Segment of the week. Let's talk about goats. You want to talk about goats?
Would love that.
You want to talk about Drake May? Um, Jack,
Drake,
I
Drake.
Drake May. I was sitting back last week and just thinking about, all right, like who are the best guys from this season? Who are the names we're gonna remember from 2025 fantasy football? And who could that be besides Jonathan Taylor? I mean, this guy is having an amazing season. And then I asked myself, well, how amazing of a season? So went on the internet, found the top 10 best fantasy football running back performances all time. This is an all-time list. You got Emmitt Smith in 1995, so it has we're working plenty of data here. We looked at their points per game across any season. I'm like, all right, JT, where would you land on that list? Through 11 weeks, on average, Jonathan Taylor scoring 25.9 fantasy points in a PPR format. That would put him, Jack, second all-time running back performance in all of fantasy football, which I was really surprised by. I did not think he would be that high, but then looking at back at his record, like, yeah, this guy's having a crazy season. It's something we have not seen in a long time.
No, he's absolutely insane. We've seen how many games where he has 35, 40 points, three touchdowns, making it look like nothing. Having a 80-yard touchdown run seems like a common occurrence for JT this season. He is on my dynasty roster. Slept on. Love that for me.
There you go.
Uh, but the fact that Perone was able to get him in the second round of our draft, and he was, a consensus second round pick in most drafts this year, to go on to put up a top performance of all time in fantasy football, that's something we've never seen before. Like I'm sure in 2006, LT was like a top two, top three pick, as were all of these guys in their respective years. But to be a second rounder and to average nearly 26 points per game, it's unheard of.
It's unheard of. It'll be interesting to see how he finishes out the season. The bye week will certainly help. I feel like it's a really well positioned time bye week because these guys got to be tired.
Yeah.
He's going up against a really stout Kansas City Chiefs defense, especially a good run defense. So it'll be curious to see how they work him in there. But regardless, yeah, not much you can complain about with this guy. CMC too. I didn't look up his numbers. I don't think he's having a performance that will put him on this list, but he's obviously the number two guy, and
Oh yeah.
it's JT and CMC, and it's not even close for
Yeah,
like running
there's a
backs this year.
huge gap between those two and the rest. But yeah, dude, awesome segment, awesome slides. Love the graph.
Thank you. Fun fact, JJ was a math major in college. He's the nerd, so I should be leaving the graphs and tables to you.
No,
You
dude,
know.
I'm proud of you. This is good work. I approve.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. The sponsors wanted more of a number segment.
Oh
Get some
yeah.
math in here.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what number he ends at the end of the season. Well, that'll be it for that. And Jack, gotta go with our favorite segment. Dude We're so close. We've been sitting at 500 for 2 episodes now. I think this is the week we finally break it.
Has
Um,
to be, dude. We're so due. We're
we've been
so
due.
due for a 2 for 2 week.
I want it so bad. Welcome back to Locks of the Week. Jack, you got the first one here. What is going to be the bet that brings us home?
This week I'm going with Bills -6 in Houston, taking on the Texans. What is this? Sunday night game? Thursday? No, this game's tomorrow, Thursday night.
Tomorrow,
I think that Josh Allen is on fire right now. I think they're going to score. I know the Texans have a good defense and a very good pass rush, but I think they're going to score a lot of points. I think that McDermott's going to be disappointed with how the defense played last week, giving up a lot of points, and they are going to bring some heat at CJ Stroud or Davis Mills, whoever's playing.
Davis Mills.
I think it's Mills. He's looked serviceable, like credit to him, but I just think the Bills are going to want a statement win as they're firmly in second place in their division. So yeah, that's I'm going with Bills -6.
I really like this line because it gives you the option to win by a touchdown and hit the bet. Um, so when you're at like -6, -6.5, you're like, oh, like win by 7 and you're chilling. Um, so yeah, totally riding with you there. And then Jack, I'm looking through these bets and I must be reading this wrong. Like Colts are the dogs. Like I know that the Chiefs are the Chiefs. They're 5-5. The NFL is going to really want them to win here, but and I know they're at home, but I mean the Colts are coming off a bye week. They've had 2 weeks to prep for this game. They're still one of the best teams in the NFL. Like I just don't think the Chiefs have it. And this line is great because it still gives me the opportunity to like even if the Colts lose by a field goal, which as we know, the script loves doing a tied game in the fourth quarter and then they drive to kick the field goal. Even if that's the outcome, we hit this. So anyway, I feel like Colts plus 3.5 is free money.
Yeah,
Um,
I love that pick. I think this game has Harrison Butker as time expires field goal to win by 2 all
yeah,
over it. And the fact that they're giving you more than a field goal, I think it's good value.
absolutely agree. Um, yeah, this is the you're gonna see us at 8-6 next week. We're gonna be above 500, and it's gonna feel real
Lock it
good.
in.
We'll just
Oh
say
yeah,
that.
it's gonna feel so good.
Can't wait. I love betting on the Thursday night games because the fans don't get to. It's just us. We like only we'll lose the money. We don't
Yeah.
have to, you know, harass you guys with our our terrible bets. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Um, nice and easy this week. Episode 5. Jack, I think you and I are gonna be sitting down at the dinner table a week from now. Probably won't be filming. We'll probably be watching some Thanksgiving football. I can't believe it's coming up so soon.
Yeah, it's
Time has
nuts.
flown. It's exciting though.
It is. This year has gone by so fast. The fantasy playoffs are upon us, which is crazy to think about. But we hope you all have an excellent Thanksgiving break. We hope you get to spend some time with some family and some friends, have some good food, and yeah, enjoy the much needed break that I'm sure we all deserve.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, take care. Happy holidays, and we'll see you in the next episode.